say you're in a state where marijuana is legal. You have a medical marijuana card. I'm just gonna, we're here in Texas. We do not have legal marijuana, but like, let's call it Colorado.
Sure.
Right? So you've got that, you've got some sort of documentation that you are a lawful user of marijuana.
Right.
You would think the state of, let's say this is just hypothetical, Colorado, would say, okay, well, that's fine. That's just like, having a beer or a glass of wine every once in a while and also having a carry permit, no problem. The problem comes in that most states have a requirement when getting that carry license that you have to be otherwise qualified to purchase and possess firearms under federal law, right?
And they're reporting it to the feds in many of these states.
Exactly. So
if they're reporting to the feds, definitely got to be careful that you don't line yourself up or set yourself up for trouble. So just keep that in mind.
Are you, number one, going to be not qualified to possess under federal law, which means you're already committing a crime if you've got that carry license, carrying, and you have your marijuana card.
Check the side eye.
Or potentially,
he's like, yeah, that's risky.
Check it again. Marijuana card. Or potentially,
he's like, yeah, don't do that.
Is your state going to say, well, we know that we say marijuana is legal.
Right.
However, you still can't get your carry license because you have to be qualified under federal law as part of our state's law, and you're not.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's a tough situation because I talk to clients who say, hey, I have a condition. I don't want to use hardcore narcotics. Maybe CBD, maybe marijuana, maybe legally, illegally, and they don't want to sacrifice their Second Amendment rights because they found some alternative that they find as a lesser of two evils, and it puts a lot of people in a really tough spot.
It does.
That's a really important point, and shout out to my homie for raising that point on that video. But what he is saying is that there are a lot of hard drugs, a lot of pharmaceutical drugs that have really negative side effects, and they really are just super expensive. They cost a lot, so a lot of people who do not have that sort of financial flexibility may not be able to actually obtain those drugs. So having an alternative such as medical marijuana might actually be a really great alternative that a lot of people can explore. And some people just don't want to do the hard drugs thing. They prefer to get some CBD, some THC, so it's definitely something that a lot of people find themselves in a tight position when it comes to the 2A rights and trying to exercise your health and make sure that everything is above board.
And so, that's all very, I know, lawyers telling you, I don't know.
Right.
Practically, my advice would be, you should think about, you're essentially choosing between two rights, right? If you're in a place where it's legal to use marijuana, if you want to be safe and you want to be careful, you need to make a choice between your Second Amendment right and this other legal, ability to use marijuana. Because if you put them together, could you potentially lose those Second Amendment rights? Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
So in this situation, you got to basically pick between a 2A right, a right which is enshrined under the Constitution, and your health. Isn't that crazy? Making people pick between a right, which is afforded under the Constitution, which may conflict with something. I think that that's absolutely crazy. But let me know what you guys think. And if you guys are getting value from this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment down.
Well, the argument there, you already know what that is. That's the hold on. The Second Amendment wasn't written when we was illegal. So when we was perfectly legal, people could do it when the Second Amendment was wrote. So hey, take that shit to trial, like Mr. Big said. Take that shit to the trial, bitch. Take that shit to the trial. Hey, back in 1986, I bought a Cadillac and put the things on that bitch. I ain't gonna rap for y'all niggas though. Y'all know how that go. But anyways. Yeah, they always say shit's a must.
Below, these things help us out a lot, and let's keep it moving.
So,
that's why you got to be around your community, therefore they can let you know if somebody's quoting you something that's some bullshit.
You want to be the test case? My answer to that is always.
But hey, it might actually be a must, but you never know.
Yeah, so you basically do not want to be the test case or find yourself in that situation.
Because it's his job to sell you products.
Because there have been a few cases that have come up,
especially if you're getting commission.
Swayed the way this has been leaning. But before we even get into that, a lot of you guys will be familiar with this most recent situation. So let's have a look at this.
While Hunter Biden was convicted of lying about his drug use to buy a gun. While Biden acknowledged he was a user of crack cocaine, people on social say this same law could apply to people using marijuana.
Facts.
Now, real quick, obviously, cannabis and crack cocaine, two completely different things. absolutely different things. So